Hello, my name is Kevin Anderson with the Avaya Serviceability Engineering team. This video is about managing users on an AS5300. In today's demo, we'll be using the Provisioning Client web application to manage users in a domain. First, we'll add a new user, then we'll search for a user, edit the profile, and then delete the user from the domain. We will be starting this demo with the Provisioning Client open. You can find detailed instructions in the Avaya AS Application Server 5300 Release 2.0 using the Provisioning Client Guide at the link shown. Now let's get started. Here I've just logged into the home page of the Provisioning Client, and first thing we need to do is add a user. So we'll click on User, Add. Then we need to select the domain this user will be added to. I have a test domain. And we're going to add a standalone user. So now that we have the user tab open, we can enter in the user specific information. The username for a user, it's preferable to use lowercase letters. If you plan to use commercial cost avoidance, the username needs to be the private number. For example, a username of 403 555 5181. And now we need to enter the password for this user. I'm not sure what the password policy is, so I'll just enter a password now and we'll troubleshoot if it doesn't work. And we'll confirm the password. And the other information we need is a username, last name. Scroll down and we'll do a save. And so we can see that I entered an invalid password. So what I need to do is check the password policy for this domain. And the way we do that is we quickly open up the domain here, test DSN, and this will just open up a header at the bottom of the page for the domain, and we can see what the password policy is under the details. So right here we can see 4-digit S policy. Now I'll just need to navigate to the policy page under Services, Privacy and Security, Subscriber Password Policies, and we can see the 4-digit policy here if we just click on it. And the password I entered was test, and we can see that the minimum number of digits is 4 and the minimum length is 4. So this password has to have a minimum of 4 numbers in it. So I didn't put any numbers, so that was our problem. So if we go back to creating that user again, user add. So our user is in the test, DSN, and the standalone. So we'll click on that. And we'll enter the data in again. 03 555 5158. And the password this time we'll do 1234. Name. Then we'll scroll down and select the save. And we can see we have a message saying user added successfully. Now that we have our user saved, we could populate additional information like home phone number, pager, fax. And we can also do some admin tasks. We can modify the user's password, give them a new password and confirm it. We can select services for that user. Extended data. And actions. Okay, let's do a search for all of the users in our test domain. So we'll do users. Since we're doing a search for all users in the domain, all we need to do is select the domain and click on search. And this returns a list of all the users we have in our domain. So we had one user in the domain before we started, and we added the Kevin Anderson user into the domain. Okay, this time we'll just do a search for SIP. I know I have a domain that contains a lot of users that start with SIP, so we'll just do a search for that. Let's click on domain and select the auto SIP domain. And then for the search criteria, I'll put in SIP and then click on search. And so there was too many. We got a message back saying that we need to refine our search. So let's narrow it down a bit, and let's get only the SIP users that have a SIP1 as part of their name. And we get a return back of all of the users that have SIP1 as the start of their username. Okay, let's go back and find our user again. Let's just use this search method rather than the advanced search. To use this search, we need to enter in the user name at the root domain. For our user, it's 403.555.5158 at DSN-MIL. And that puts us back at our user screen. And the last thing we want to do is delete this user. So we'll go to user actions and delete user. And we get a warning message that this is a service affecting, and we need to confirm it with the admin password. And we get a message that the user was deleted successfully. And that concludes our demo for today. Thank you for your time today. We hope this information was helpful. We welcome your comments, questions, and feedback at mentor@avaya.com or on Twitter @AvayaMentor. Thank you for choosing Avaya.